starting 1 minute early today. How is the audio today? I don't know if you can see, I've got a slightly different microphone on. I thought I would try something slightly different. So I really hope the audio is working, and I've just bashed the microphone already. I probably need to turn it around a bit. But let me know, it's a different mic. So instead of using a condenser mic, I'm using a dynamic mic. So as I kind of talk away from it, it should get really quiet. As I talk closer to it, it should be better. So I need to remember, stay focused and talk into it. But happy Friday, everyone. It is Friday. That means it's the end of the working week and start of your weekend, which means open source during the week and more open source at the weekend. Obviously, right? This is me. Of course, it's going to be open source. Audio is super soft, soft as in good soft, Jennifer, or soft as in too quiet? Let me know. I've got some settings. I'll probably stick some headphones and see how it works. I did test it out yesterday, and hopefully it's okay. But I hope everyone's open source is going good. I have been working a little bit, 10, 15 minutes here and there on the bot. You're crazy quiet. Okay. Interesting. Let me put some headphones on and try it out and see. Oh, okay, that's not good. Let's have a look. How's that going? Or is it super quiet? So more quiet than normal. Let's see. Even when you're facing the mic, it's really low. Oh, okay, we can crank it up. Okay, so that's a bit loud. I don't want all that. We might get a hiss. I don't know if that's just my headphones. How's that? Is that better? Everyone, you might want to turn your volume down a bit. Otherwise, yeah, it might be too loud now. Let me know what you think. So if you missed it, I was talking about open source, and I did push up the bot code that I was talking about for the Discord channel. Oh, sorry, Mr. Mike, I botched it again. A bit better, only a bit better. Okay, maybe this mic is not a good choice then. I will see what I can do. I can still crank it up more. I just don't want to crank it up too much, and then you get like kind of a hiss. Let me crank it up slightly more. Let me know. Thank you very much for... Wow, that is quite, I don't know, in my headphones I can hear it quite loud. I'm just checking the settings up there. Everything, seems okay. I don't want to get distracted talking about what you're all doing with my mic. So thank you so very much for being my guinea pigs and letting me know what you think of the audio. That really helps. I'm always keen to make continual improvements and get better and so forth. So how is everyone's Friday going? So since I spoke to some of you or most of you yesterday, same time, I say lunchtime, how have you been? How have your successes, what have you succeeded in? Remember, if you're picking small pieces of code or testing or design or whatever you're working on, if you're picking small pieces of work, then you will have smaller challenges and you will have smaller successes, but you will move forward so much faster. The agile way. Hey Bruno, how you doing? We were just talking about the microphone. How does it sound? So now I've hopefully got it louder. How does it sound to everyone? Is it better than the previous microphone, or is it worse? It's because they're completely two different style of mics, and this is not one I probably use longer term, but this style of mic I would use. So be honest, let me know in the chat. I will not be offended. Bruno says, just finishing a meeting, doing a prospect, listening at you and cooking. What are you cooking? Awesome. That's good. Well, it is kind of like a brown bag without anyone kind of teaching anything, although hopefully I'm just sharing some knowledge and experience. But I will get people on to do actually an official brown bag. Let me know what you think and what you're making. To me, old one, grey was good too. Okay, yeah, the condenser mic was pretty good. I just picked up a lot of noise and reverb. So I'm hoping this is the mic I use when I go around to events and interview people at a noisy event. So you shouldn't hear so much background noise and reverb and so forth. So the dynamic mic style I do like. It's like a podcasting mic. Although I will get one that's specifically better, not mobile, because this is like a mobile one. So it's the diaphragm and the sensors aren't as big. So I will get one if this is the style of mic is good. Then I will get one of these styles of mics, but a podcasting. So it will be as big as the previous one probably. Vamsy, knock knock. Harsh, how you doing? I hope everyone's well. Who has contributed to open source since yesterday lunchtime, since I spoke to you? I want to hear some good news. And while you're thinking about that, and hopefully you shouldn't have to think too hard because you've hopefully just contributed to open source just all the time. Obviously, I want to show off my office. Nothing has changed. Still waiting on the glue. I got everything else, card, the foam, or the egg cartons as some people call it. But yes, still waiting on the glue. So no change on that. Jennifer, I'm having some trouble connecting my OpenSSH to my AWS VM. I think the keys need to be in a particular directory. Anyway, working on that, and that is my triumph. Also, I love to hear this because someone here could probably help. So yes, with your keys, you need to have your private key. I'm guessing if you're on a Mac or Linux locally, you need to have your keys in your home directory in the .ssh folder. And then you can also have a config file in there to specify for different domains what SSH keys to use, because you probably have different ones for different domains or different IPs. So have a look at that. And then on the server, I think it's in a similar directory. I'm trying to remember, it's been such a long time since I've done it. I'm pretty sure that's the case. If anyone else can help, then do give some feedback and help. And Jennifer, let us know when you find out the answer, doing research, figuring out yourself. And we can continue after the stream as well, continue the conversation in Discord. Ben, greetings from Australia. So we have Ben, who's the furthest east down in Australia, and we have Jennifer, the furthest west. They're like the two major extreme time zones. Jennifer, it's 5 a.m. for her, and for Ben, I can't remember. I'm guessing like 11 p.m. Was it 10 p.m.? I was 1 hour out last time, so you'd have to remind me. But yeah, it's just crazy, absolute crazy. Git Basic Reaper. Hey, Harsh is my friend. Okay, got you. Harsh, awesome to have you here. Yes, we had a look at your Git Basics repo. Very cool. That was a really popular repo, if I remember correctly. Very cool. And are you still making updates and changes to it? I actually, a friend of mine on Twitter shared. They've done a blog post on Git, but I don't read blog posts. So they also did a video, like kind of talking through the blog post. And what was really interesting was the first command on Git that they shared was git add -p. And I didn't know this command, having used Git for a long time. I didn't know this command. It was actually really interesting what it did. And let me know in the chat if you've used -p or you're aware of it. So what it does, rather than kind of, when you do a git add and you can, specify a file or dot to specify the whole directory or that you're working in, if you do a -p, it lets you select and stage parts of a file. So the way I would do it now is, oops, sorry, Mike. I would commit as I go along. But say, for example, I want to make a change to a file. So I made two changes to a file, but I only want to commit one of them now, rather than cutting it out and pasting it somewhere else. What I would probably do is undo it and stage that file and then paste it back in to make sure I don't lose it. But when I do the commit, I'll only commit what's staged. But this way is actually really interesting. I'm guessing it does something similar, some magic behind the scenes. So I wasn't aware of that, but that I thought was pretty cool. I have yet to try it out. I made a small PR to D-Raj's repo. Awesome. Of course, what I like to hear. D-Raj, customer management. This is my repo, the one I told you about. The one we were talking about yesterday. Okay, awesome. Let me open that in the browser. We'll take a look shortly. I've got a bot to all show you a bit about as well, and we can test out more this weekend. So let's see. Let me just open yours. It would help if I put GitHub in front of it. GitHub.com. There we go. So hopefully that should work. Let me see. And I will share that shortly. So looking through some open source GitHub repos. If anyone's got any others to share, then also let us know. Steve, projects to help people who need help during this crazy time. There are lots of projects going on. Some of them have kind of died a death, which is kind of sad, and some have really powered through. And that's why I think in the next few weeks is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be see what projects continue, and I think that's where the value is when a project keeps getting updated, even if it's tiny updates and tiny improvements. I'm not saying it needs, some projects don't need a massive amount of continual work, but I think there's always improvements, and I always look at projects, and when I see there hasn't been a kind of a commit or a pull request or anything in like a month, and I think it's probably kind of dying, and it's scary. You can see some that haven't been touched in years. Ben, 10 p.m. Okay, I was close. Well, my second guess was 10 p.m. because I remember I was an hour out last time. So wow, what a range of time zones. Thank you all so much for joining. Whoa, I've never heard of that. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. So there's just like so much out there, and that's why I think Twitter's really good and YouTube's really good, because you can kind of filter out a lot of the content. I mean, someone was sharing, I came across someone was sharing some really obscure ways of doing things, and I don't think I'd ever do that. So that doesn't add value to me. I want stuff that I think I would use and makes my workflow and life easier. You have to punch your face in the mic always again. I know it's true. Literally, I want to bring this up because it needs to be done. Yes, it's like my signature, right? It's I don't want to say the word, but DO space DO. You know which one I'm talking about. And punching my face in the microphone. But this time wasn't my hand, and I probably should trying to adjust the mic round so it's more like wider. And we'll see. So yes. That's my signature move. That's my superpower, right? Punching myself in the microphone with the microphone. So it's Friday, right? So while I'm catching up with the chat, let me know what your plans are for the weekend. I hope, and I hope, or I'm sure there will be lots of open source planned, right? And if not, come and join me. I will be streaming this weekend, hopefully on Saturday and Sunday, doing quite a long stream, like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'll be doing it on open source coding. Bash my mic again. I hit it this time, it didn't hit me, so it's kind of 1-1, right? Learning web development at the moment. Your videos have been really motivating. Appreciate your work. Ben, thank you so much for the positive feedback. Let me know if there's anything particular you'd like to see. A lot of people have been asking for, I did an Angular course on my other channel with Code Mortals, and a lot of people are asking me to go over that again, so I'll probably do another one of those again, and I will do an Ionic one. So my current thinking is this weekend I will work on the bot, and I want the Discord bot to write to a Firebase database, a Firestore. And then maybe next week and next weekend I can work on an Angular or Ionic app. I'll do one and then the other. So it's not I'll do one first and the other one. And then I'll read from that database. So there'll be kind of like a front end matching for the Discord bot. And I want it to all be in real time. So if something happens in Discord and you're not in Discord, but you've got, say, the app open or something, then not the Discord app, but this app, you can get some stats about, I don't know, the most popular comment, and I've got some ideas. Check out the repo. I can share the repo actually. Let me share it. I have got it somewhere. And you can log some ideas as well for the bot and what we'd like to do. So my current thinking is I'm looking for things like if you've got more than 5 reactions, then you get a new role of being like a valuable contributor or something. And then I've got ideas like that. So let me know what you think as well. But I think that'd be pretty cool in real time to get the role assigned to you, which I've done. That works. Although the bot's not running at the moment. I need to do the hosting, like the CI and CD and the hosting this weekend. And then on the web app or mobile app, you get to see kind of notifications of what's happening, kind of like an audit. And then we can maybe have some stats of there have been 1,000 messages and half of them were from a particular person or something like that. We'll see. Spectra, awesome to have you here. How you doing? How is everything going? Always the peace sign. Love it. Harsh says I started learning React. Okay. Is that your first JavaScript kind of library that you're learning, or have you done other libraries or frameworks like Vue or Angular before? It'd be interesting to know. I just know why you picked that one as well. You're looking more for a library. Is that why? Vamji says I'm looking to learn Python for data science this weekend. Awesome. I was speaking to another YouTuber this morning, and they were saying they wanted to give me a shout out to their Python community, and I can't remember which one it was. So maybe I'll shout it out next week when they'll join the live stream and remind me and let me know. But the Python community is really kind of active. I think it's really good, and Python is awesomely popular. And could contribute to some open source projects on Python. Just do it. Just contribute to anything. I contribute to projects that I'm not even like an expert, I'm doing air quotes. Sorry, Mike. Done it again. An expert in that area, because by having a fresh view, you can add so much value. When I get juniors to join my team or my startup, the first thing I get them to do is review the project. And they say, oh, but what's the project about? No, not telling you anything. If you can't tell what it is or what it does or how things work, then there's something wrong in my documentation, be it inline comments, be it markdown, be it full on docs, whatever it is. And as they would follow it through, and then I got one of actually my interns who's not a developer to follow through the steps to get the project running. And said, oh, but I don't really know what Node is. I don't know what the terminal is. And I'm like, that's great. That's good. Can you follow it along and see if it works? And they would raise things that are massive assumptions that we would make. So I'm not talking about writing a terminal is this and write a whole paragraph on it, but I'm saying, just kind of briefly explain, like on a Mac, a terminal is you'd open it like this, and on a PC, it's called, I don't know, whatever it's called. So that's all that I'm thinking, or console, I think, on PC. I can't remember. But my point is, just lowering that barrier to entry is really, really important. Working on a bot sounds and feels quite interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's the first kind of Discord bot I've done. And it's quite interesting that the docs on the library that I'm using, which is Discord.js, is not great. It has types for TypeScript, so I'm doing it in TypeScript. But yeah, it's interesting. Because it does like partials, so you don't always have all the data, and it's quite interesting the way it works. So I'm learning that. So if you want to see me learn and struggle, then yes, join me this weekend. I haven't got a set time yet, but probably in the mornings on Saturday and Sunday, which will be even more difficult for Jennifer. Sorry, Jennifer. Probably be your evening for the night before. But people kind of east of the UK, I'm guessing it's better. Harsh says, do you have a Discord group? I do, and I didn't put it in the repo. Let me put a link in the repo and I'll share it. Give me 2 secs. Gotta try and remember how to get the link. Just clicking on my other screen. If I go to this thing, you can kind of see me struggle and look over to this screen. There we go. Right. Okay. Come back here. And I'll share the Discord channel, and I'll save it in the repo as well. Makes sense. Thank you for that. I love these conversations because just it's continually improving, continue giving me ideas. I just love this. Awesome. By the way, Ionic course reminder. I haven't forgotten, so I have. Thank you for reminding me, because I do usually forget, but I actually this time hadn't forgotten because I'm really keen after the MVP of the bot to do a front end in Ionic. And Lael, who's just joined from Lebanon, is going to do, I could do an equivalent in native Android. I found our challenge to compare Ionic versus native. That's awesome because it'll be in Firebase, and I know you like Firebase because you did a talk on your YouTube channel about Firebase. So that could be quite interesting. That could be quite good. The new people who have just joined, well, I say new, but new for today, let me know what you think of the mic. I'm trying to use a different mic, so rather than the condenser, I'm trying to use a dynamic mic. I won't continue using this one. And to me, it sounds like it's clipping ever so slightly, but it could just be my headphones. Let me know, but everyone said it was quite quiet, so I cranked it up quite a lot. But yes, Vamsy, keep reminding me, but I haven't forgotten. We'll do an Ionic course, and we'll do an Angular course. And we'll do that in a live stream, I think, so you can all follow along and do it. Not necessarily build what I'm building, but you could build something at the same time and then raise any questions. Imagine telling your friend, I'm working on a bot. Yeah, I've told a few people. Some people get really excited. Some people don't know what it is. So it's my first front-end JS framework. Okay, cool. Let us know what you think of React. But remember, it is just a library. It's not a framework. So it hasn't got everything. It's just the view of your front end. It hasn't got everything else that you will need. You have to include other libraries and so forth. Well, depending on your project, but most projects need HTTP client, need all these sorts of things. Would you recommend some other JS framework library? Absolutely. I haven't used Vue. I hear Vue is really amazing, but I recommend Angular. It's people think it's hard to learn, but it's not. It's really straightforward, and I will do a live stream on that. You can get up and running in minutes, a project, and it's got everything that you need. So I find, if you want to protect routes, like you use guards, or you want to use resolves to prevent a route from loading until asynchronous data is loaded, and all these things I think React have added on afterwards, and third parties have added things on afterwards. Just everything's there for what you need. So I find it a lot easier. Command prompt or PowerShell on Windows. Thank you. Yes, I was wrong with console. I don't know where I got console from. But yeah, thank you, Harsh. That's awesome. The beast setup. I do like showing the beast setup, and yeah, I do like showing. I will do a video on a proper walk around on what I've got in my streaming PC, the specs, the liquid cooling or water cooling, and everything else. So I will do that. But I need a few weeks to finish all my office off and do kind of like a probably a 15-minute walk around the office. You know, the whiteboard magnetic wall, and my couch behind me where I do my videos and so forth. Lael says, I really hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it like 90% there at least? Let me know. We'll plan something out. Let's do it. I think, yeah, probably be a couple of weeks until I get some data in the Firestore database, and then I can give you access and I can get access. Well, maybe even a week. And then we'll plan something out where you can you can read it and I can read it, and we'll kind of do features in parallel or something. I don't know. Get those kind of ideas going. Let me know what you all think, and let's see. As in, should we do different features? Should we do same features? Maybe, I don't know, a list of users on the Discord, organized by the amount of roles that you have. Because I'm creating roles at the moment, and the bot's going to assign roles as you do certain achievements. So I've got some ideas around that, but I'm interested in your thoughts on the bot, also in the Android versus Ionic kind of battle, let's say. Ionic versus native should be like MCU versus DC. Yeah, library, not a framework. My bad. Oh, no worries. Everyone makes that mistakes. They do. I think kind of framework is just used for everything, and they're kind of like almost swapped out for each other. Sorry, Mike. They're almost swapped out for it or each other. But I think people need to realize that not everything is there with React. It is just the view. So you got to add on more things, which some people like because it's got more flexibility. But then onboarding other people, it's they're like, oh, what library are you using with your React library? Oh, we're using X, Y, and Z. Oh, right, I don't know that one. I need to learn it. Oh, you've used this library. Oh, and you've done it differently, the way I would do it. Whereas with Angular, it's kind of, this is the convention, this is the standard, it's got what you need. I mean, I had a React project that I was invited to work on, and it was really hard because one third-party library they were using hadn't been updated, so they couldn't update any of their other libraries, and so this got really out of date, and it was a real nightmare, a real pain, definitely. Vamsi, it's 25 minutes already, and there's no... I almost said it. Oh my god, it is 25 minutes already. Time goes fast when you're having fun. I really thought we hadn't even been going for like 10 minutes. I mean, this is awesome. I love you all. Thank you all so much for taking your time out of the day and supporting. This is brilliant. This kind of... I wasn't feeling... I'll be honest with you. Let me be kind of honest. I wasn't feeling so great this morning. I even woke up. Andrew's... online now, you can see, and I said to Andrew and said, oh, we've got a quiz tonight, I'm really looking forward to it, but that's on our Code Mortals channel, on our tech pub quiz, which we're calling Game Night. I'll go into more details in a minute, but I said to him, I need to get some rest before tonight because I'm already kind of feeling tired, not feeling so great. But speaking to you all and just having these conversations, talking about doo-doos and punching myself in the face with the mic, or the mic literally just came out and hit me. That's what my wife said when she crashed her car into a post. She goes, the post came out and hit me. I'm like, yes, the post of a multi-story car park came out and hit you. Right, that's how it happened. So but I want to use her thoughts and say, yeah, the mic just came out and hit me. But yeah, having these conversations with you and just seeing what you're achieving and your challenges. Jennifer talking about the SSH challenge. Actually, Andrew might be able to answer that one. Andrew, let me scroll down and bring that up. I think we've spoken about this before, and you might be able to answer this one. So Jennifer, if you're still there, just say hey in the chat. I know Bruno's cooking, but this was the question, Andrew, that Jennifer asked, and I answered it. I said on your local, it's in .ssh directory, and you put your public and private keys in there, and you have a config file, and you can do this in a couple of different ways. Like when you're connecting, you can specify, I think, your key that you want to use, or you can have a config file where you say on this domain or on this IP, or an alias, domain, IP, and further, use this SSH key. And then on your server, you'd put the public version of your key, not the private version. So yeah, but if you could add a bit more to that. Oh, Jennifer's still here, awesome. So yeah, and then on the server, I don't know if you put it in the SSH directory as well. I'm pretty sure you do. And don't forget, when you make changes, this has caught me out so many times, when you make changes to the SSH, the Open SSH server on the server, make sure that if you make changes to the config that you restart it and make sure it's up and running as well. But I know AWS, there are some other caveats as well. Andrew, I think, has done it before. Let me catch up on the chat. So no doo-doos. Okay, you had a couple of doo-doos. I'm trying to make a conscious effort not to do it. MCU is good at the big cinema. DC is good at the small series. So which goes as MCU, which goes as DC? What's MCU, by the way? It's like a really, I guess you're all going to like hate me and flame me. Like DC Comics, right? MCU, which one's MCU? Can you give me some examples? I'm sure I've, watched their stuff, but I'm just not cool with the lingo and acronyms and all the rest. Still says, do you think remote work will be more acceptable going into the future and maybe even encouraged? I think that's a really good question, actually. Let me bring that up because I actually had this conversation with a few people, so it should be appearing on the side. There we go. Still, you don't have a profile picture though. Please put a profile picture on. It made me so happy. I think it will. I think it will continue, and companies are starting to realize the benefit. I think a lot of companies, and like my wife's a lawyer, so they need to be in the office more because they have files before they're digitally converted to digital and so forth. So I understand some of those places have some challenges, but even those places have realized the benefit. But then there are some downsides, right? There are some people who are just taking advantage and not doing very much work. You saw that the mic came out and hit me again. So I think some people will ruin it for some companies, but it depends. If the company feels the majority have done better from home, then they'll probably continue it. Whereas if they feel the majority have done less, but it's really hard to gauge because people are buying less. So people might say, well, we'll look at our ROI and all the rest, and kind of how much money they're making. But everyone's making less money now, so it's really hard to gauge. Like I want to check out the quality of my video on the live stream, but with YouTube throttling a lot of things and reducing the quality, it's hard for me to gauge that. So I can't make an informed decision just yet. Although I still think it's better than on the Mac with OBS. I think with the dedicated streaming PC, to me, it does look better. I have extra features, yes, of course. Hey Andrew, I was missing you in the stream. Vamsy, I love that. That's awesome support, that is. I love that. I want to bring that up. So I just love it when people support each other and if they've been missed, and I think it's important. Because Andrew is here, then I should probably bring my my setup for Andrew. I know he's looking to get a new setup, and new computers and new cameras. He's still kind of messing about. I should just place this order. Stock's low, right? Stock's really low at the moment. You got to wait for stuff, and prices are going up. So that's for you, Andrew. Order your stuff soon, and then your hair can be as good as mine on the stream. I've connected AWS VM. It's been a while due to GCP more recently. Yeah, we have been using more GCP recently. Let's see if I have the command anywhere. Awesome, thanks Andrew. I know Andrew keeps notes of kind of all these sorts of things, so he usually remembers off the top of his head. He's kind of like a bit of a crazy person like that. Bruno, shouldn't you have your public SSH key in the known hosts on the server? The known host, isn't it? You're right. There is something you do on known hosts, but I don't think it's the whole key. Isn't it the? I can't remember. It's like a short version of it, or a SHA of it, or checksum. There's something, but you're right. There is something to do with that as well. Was that connecting out? Oh God, I can't remember. My memory's so bad. It's been so long since I've done that. Actually, getting old. Still, thank you. Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man, Captain America. Oh, Iron Man, my favourite. Like seriously, Iron Man. I might watch this weekend all three movies. They should bring out a fourth. I might watch all three movies. But then I want to code and live stream. Let's see. Code and live stream first on the bot, which I'm going to show you in a second. And we're going to look at D-Raj's open source project as well. So I will keep an eye on the clock. It is already halfway through already. But thank you, Still, for those. Yes, naming Captain America Iron Man really helps. So based on my notes, you connected to VM AWS. EC2 underpins most of these. So assume you're on EC2. In GCP, you have to put your key in the metadata of the compute instance. Okay. I don't think I've done it on GCP before. I use GCP more and more now, but yeah, I haven't done a SSH connection to one. I don't think so. I don't think I've needed to. Azing, awesome to have you here. We're all doing fine, I think. How are you doing? We were talking about various things. Open source, always, right? This is me, come on. Like, my name is Eddie Open Source, right? It's my middle name. Then once you know which key it is, you can have the cert file, you run this command. Okay, cool. Commands on YouTube chat. Let's see how that turns out. I think she wanted to use a custom key, am I right? Yeah. You'd have to generate a key locally, and then you want to put the public part of the key on the remote server. Or I suppose you could generate it on the remote server and grab the private key and bring it local. There are a few different ways to do it, I suppose. Path to key, cert, pen, username. Always open source, absolutely. Oh, I've still got socials up. Let me bring this. So, yeah, Jennifer, let us know how you go. Oh yeah, remember it was the I. There was definitely the I flag you needed on the SSH command. Absolutely. Well, while you're all talking about that, let's bring up some open source projects, right? Who wants to see some open source projects? Right, open source in the chat. One of them is mine, one of them is yours. Oh, I've not done it with custom keys. You're in the cloud, so it doesn't make sense really, and you're missing a built-in security making your life harder, so I can't really answer that. Andrew, I thought we did do it with custom keys. We create our own SSH keys, right? Pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. The public goes on the server, private stays locally. Okay, let me stick to what I'm good at, which is open source. Oh, love it. Open source, open source. Diraj, mine. Yes, okay, you wrote open source. I'll let you off. It's about open source. It's about the community. It's not me. It's not about me. It's not about you. But we'll do it. Make it about you first. We'll look at your project first, then we'll do the bot afterwards. Love the open source comment. Thank you all. That is awesome. Okay, so if I get this correctly, I need to switch my screen over. Actually, let me bring the chat over here so I can just kind of see what's going on. I can even show you what I'm doing. So I have got the chat on this screen. I'm going to share this screen, and let me click on this button, and then with a bit of a magic, you should see that. That's EddieBot. Sorry, Diraj, we'll go to yours first. Let's go to my let's make this bigger as well. I'm guessing you want to see those. Let's have a look at today. 9 contributions today. How's your contributions looking like? Most of those are kind of creating issues and ideas on the EddieBot, but we'll get back to that. So let's have a look at this. So this was created quite recently, I think in the last 24 hours. Customer management, and it's written in Python, HTML, and CSS. Got 1 contributor, no releases, 11 commits already. Good to see that in 24 hours it has 11 commits. It bugs me when I see, like, I don't know, a project's been going for like a month, and it's got like 2 commits, and they're both huge. So awesome to see that. How descriptive are the commits? I would say you don't need the word add, because if we go in here, we can kind of see that it's been added, and there's actually some things have been removed. So add isn't quite real. Yeah, you got commits, which is good, and you've got profile picture, which I like. 1 branch, which is also fine. Your naming consistency isn't the same. So you've got project with a capital P, and then ignore the README because that's a special file. And then you've got test.python, which is lowercase. So I would just probably keep everything lowercase. And CMS is in capitals, and you've got CMS again. I don't think that's really kind of useful. I would make it more descriptive so people can understand, and make it lowercase. I don't think you need it in capitals. You saw that. Mike hit me again, right? Close proprietary source. Andrew, you're fired. How do I ban people or kick or time out people? Like time out Andrew for like 5 minutes or whatever. I don't know how to do it. Let me hover Andrew's name and see if I can do it. Oh, it says you can't because Andrew's a moderator. I upgraded Andrew. Report, put in time. Oh, have you got put in timeout? Okay, I better not do that because I don't know how long that lasts for. Andrew's being actually quite helpful on the chat. And he's a moderator. So, but I need someone as a guinea pig, right? So I might have to, in the future, get someone as a guinea pig and time them out. And in return, I will, I don't know, give them a role on the Discord to say thank you for helping me. Yes, private key always stays on the host, and public key sent to the remote server. Yeah, cool. Either server you're trying to connect to, yeah. Private key on your local, I suppose, the machine that you're connecting from. Yeah, no, we agree. Vamsi, open morning, open afternoon, open night, open sleep. Yeah, open everything. Open, right? Absolutely. So, hey Eddie, check PRs. Oh, it's a PR as well. Thanks for the heads up, Harsh. That's awesome. I respect being SSH. You don't need both AWS and your own. Would not make sense unless you are daisy chaining across the instance into AWS, which could make sense to remove external access. Oh yes, it's true. Some people use like a proxy server, I think hop along. But if you're keeping it more straightforward, then yeah, don't create, I guess, your own keys unless you don't want to use the AWS keys and you want to use your own. Okay, so let me have a look while people carry on. Screenshot in the README, awesome. The repo name is customer management, but then this title says customer management system. So I would probably just remove the hyphens, and unless you want the hyphen in this part because that is the name, and then system would be separate because it seems like you've renamed the repo. So when the README was created, it was this, and then it's been renamed. That's all. But I like you're using kind of bold in certain places. But here, then you've called it customer management interface. So is it an interface or is it a system? So things like that. But it's good that you've got the screenshot. Have you designed this yourself? Are you using Bootstrap? We can go in and have a look. But it looks cool. Nice. Aha. Brad. So you haven't got spaces here. So that's why the formatting's, I think, not quite correct. You need spaces with the markdown. But then if this is a header, I don't think you need the bullet point. So yeah, I like it that you've got .docs, and we're going to look at the PR in a sec. Let me make a change to README. You know me, I need to make a change. So I would personally keep this the same as the title, just personally. So you can still make it capital M and capital C like this. I would probably, this is indented. I might need to do this locally rather than on the computer because I go through all this, take me ages. How many lines have you got? Not too many, I suppose, but that just doesn't seem right. And then yeah, if I saved it locally, it would do this automatically as I formatted stuff. Interesting why. Oh, you need a space in there as well. So I'm guessing if I go to this, it's because, okay, no, I know why you didn't. Let's remove that. You didn't put a name in here. So yeah, I would say kind of, I don't know, project image 1, but that's more for accessibility and so forth. And then with this, yeah, I'm guessing they're all indented by 1, which is quite strange. But here, I probably wouldn't do that. I'll probably just do that. And then do something like this. Let's have a look. How does that look? It's down here, right? Yeah, so then you've got this title, and then you've got that. It's entirely up to you, but I wouldn't do the 3 hashes. I would either do it like that, 3, indent it that way. Let's see what looks better. See what kind of works for you. Yeah, then you don't get those 3 hashes, and you get the bullet point and bullet point. I don't know. See what you prefer. I will put that back to what it was, and then you can choose. There we go. I think that's correct. That one more. There we go. And I can just remove the extra indentation on everything. Probably every line's probably got it. Yeah. You're Python dev, right? These lines and spaces, aren't they really important in Python? Oh, that's got a huge one. Look at that. Look at that one more. So is that one. It can take forever. No, it's not. We're almost done. I'll do half of it maybe. And then I'll didn't mean to just delete too much. And then I'll let you do the rest. I think that's kind of right-ish. I don't know if that needs to go into one more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's probably correct. Should all be aligned like so. I think that's good. I'll let you do the rest. I'll start. Proposed changed. Improved formatting. There you go. It's like you create an open source pull request, right? It's just dead simple. Done it in the browser. I haven't made any changes. It will show the difference, and I can just create pull requests from my repo to DRaj's. And actually, really, I should raise an issue and say formatting of PR could be improved. Can't spell improved, but it's fine. And it's number 3. So if I go back to pull requests, I can then say in here closes 3, although it's not quite finished, but you kind of get the idea. Still made some improvements, right? Closes 3, there we go. Awesome. But we'll look at the other open source pull request as well. Oh, someone's done one. Updated readme and move pictures. Ooh, we might get some conflicts now. That could be quite interesting. Let me catch up on the chat a bit and we'll look at this in a second. Bruno says, not entirely true, Andrew. There are some setups for which you need to use your personal key just to have one single source of truth to identify you. That reminds me, Eddie got upset once when I called him Open Eddie. I might bring that back. That sounds so dodgy. I don't know what stuff you get up to on the weekend. You saw that. It hit me again. I swear it did. It kind of reached out and clocked me one. And just destroy it if a security breach happens. Yeah, that's true. If you have your own keys, you can kind of create them, destroy them, put passwords on them. You can do a lot more with them. I do like having passwords before using my keys. Materialize CSS. Cool. I fixed it in the PR already. Oh, you wrote that as well. That's fine, but I think it also goes to show, I think maybe I should, kind of backtrack a second. What it shows is that if you create a pull request and someone doesn't want it, they can close it. But that doesn't matter because you still, if I refresh this page, it was 9 before, I think. Now I'm on 12. I've jumped from 9 to 12 in a few minutes. It's a good way to show people how to contribute to open source. It doesn't have to be accepted. Yeah, it looks like you improved it a lot. And you've renamed it. Okay, you put it into pictures, which is good, but it's still uppercase. I would suggest making those lowercase, and I can raise an issue for that. Actually, to someone watching, not the maintainers on the project, so not Diraj and Harsh, who wants to raise an issue to say rename project images to be lowercase. Someone raise that issue. If not, I'll do it. I'm happy to go to like kind of 12 or 13 or 14 contributions today. But yeah, my pull request can be closed. I won't close it. You're welcome to close it as well. A given number of spaces indent a block. So I think it was 4 or 5. So I was using 3. So I was just trying to be. I think 3's the normal-ish. GitHub Markdown and GitHub's quite smart, so it still works without it. And their tabs, yes, the tabs are really important. That's going back to what I was saying about Python, right? Yeah, tabs are really important. No brackets, no semicolon. What's left? If a given level you tab by saying 2 characters, all inline instructions will belong to the same block. Yeah, I think it needs to be consistent, right? So you either go in 2 or 3 spaces, and then and we can quickly show that as well. Actually, I can even do it in an issue, and I can just preview the issue. Right? I don't even need to create it. This is how you can play with Markdown. So you've got kind of level 1, and then if you go 1, 2, I think 2's enough, right? And then you can go level 2, and we can go 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it's going to go level 3, and then I can go kind of, I don't know, this will be level 4, so I don't know, next or something. If you preview it, yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully that helps people as well. I'm sure you can go in level 4 and all the rest as much as you need to. Right, so hopefully this is inspiring people to do more open source this weekend. It is Friday. Finish off your work, your job, your client work, your house chores, all those sorts of things, and this weekend, let's do some live streaming, coding. I want to see you coding, and I want to see what you've been working on and what open source you're going to be doing. Okay, let me bring up my project now. So Diraj, I hope, Diraj and Harsh, I hope that helps on your project. In terms of Python itself, I don't do Python. You've got Hello World there. I really want to say you're missing a semicolon, but I know that doesn't count in Python. So yeah, I can't really help on this. I also want to add you're missing some brackets and some semicolons. I'm joking. Right, okay. EddieBot. So I did do a bit of work on this, and just kind of 10-15 minutes here and there, but I'll show you what I've done. And you need Node, I think it's 10 plus installed, and you need a Discord token to run it. I should try and create some mocks and so people can run things locally. Hey, no problem, Diraj. Hope it was useful. And yes, so I've done a few things, and this is the code. So I'll show you the code. There wasn't much to it, to be honest. So I'm using Discord.js, and I bring in the client. And then when I needed these partials, this is what caught me out for a while, was I wasn't getting the reactions on past comments, on past message. So even if the reaction happened after I started the bot, then it would the library that I was using, Discord.js, wasn't listening to other reactions on previous comments, previous messages, only on new ones. So by putting in these partials, I think you get partials of the message, and then you still get the event for the reactions. Interesting things like that. You're welcome, Diraj and Harsh. Azing, I'm currently learning Python, so we can link up on Discord. Yeah, do it. We can create a Python channel on Discord, and you all can jump in there and talk Python stuff. Definitely. Awesome. I will do that. And yeah, so that caught me out a bit. And this ready one, I wanted to do some more things. Like when it's ready, I wanted to do some more. But the problem was I didn't have anything. There was nothing available to do anything with it. I couldn't do any more on the console log, which annoyed me. But whereas when a member gets added to the guild, you get the member object, and from that you can then post messages. You can do all sorts of things. So yeah, that was quite interesting. I've got these messages. So on every message, it's going to do something. It's going to check for a command, and we'll go to that. Oh, I forgot that GitHub now has these links, so you can click on things. We'll follow it through in a second. So I got the reaction one, which I was doing. So I'll just show you what I've done. So I'll not go into it. Enter, go, reference, do it, add, go, click. Okay, there we go. First time I used that. So yeah, everyone watching, by the way, don't forget to give my video a thumbs up. It really helps the video. So thank you very much, and helps the channel support. So this is what I've got. So in the add member, you get passed in a member, but it could be a partial member and not necessarily a full member. And then this is TypeScript, by the way, if people aren't familiar with it. And then I've got, for the channel name, introductions, what I want to do, which I haven't done yet because send is not available on a partial member. So I need to wait until I get a full member. So I need to look into this. In the JavaScript one, it actually just, this is their example that they use, but in TypeScript it complains. So I need to just look into this. But my idea was to welcome every time a person joins, but it's hard for me to test because I don't know when people are going to join to test it out. But commands one is more interesting, I think. Let me just bring my headphones down here. Getting a bit hot. Okay, so does that look cool? Does that look good? I look like DJ. Pushes my glasses off though. So this is a bit bigger, but mostly because of text. So what I have is if your command begins with an exclamation mark, then and it's not the bot that does it, then it goes through. It looks for some parameters, or I haven't done any parameters yet. I set a footer, I set a title, and so if it's help, it will return with this. If it's code of conduct or COC, it returns with this. Oops, I think my indentation's got a bit skew with there because default should be oops, error command not found, but that needs to be indented out. So who's gonna fix this for me? I know you all have the link. Let me know who's gonna fix this and raise a pull request. All that we need, I think, is to just remove just line 41, bring it back by one indentation. Oh, and also embed needs to come back in line with the others. Oh no, that's wrong as well. Wow, my formatting is terrible. I swear it looked fine in VS Code. So embed needs to go forward, and then these need to all go forward, right? Because it should be case, then indent, embed, then indent those, and then break will be aligned with embed, I think. So yeah, if someone can fix that, that would be awesome. Harsh said me, go do it. Awesome. And we can review it and merge it in this live stream. How long have we got? We've got 12 minutes. Harsh, go. We need some music where we can go kind of. Let me see if I can do some music. Where's my other mouse? Let me bring this up. Let's see if we can do some music for you to submit this. If I press this, I will bring the volume down. It's going to be really loud music. Do we hear music? I don't hear anything. That's not working. Okay, maybe it doesn't work. There was... Oh, I've hit play here, baby. Okay, we have music playing. I still don't hear it, though. Put the volume up a little bit on that music. Do you hear anything? Oh, you probably do hear it, but I don't. Because I'm plugged into my Mac, not the PC. Right, well, hopefully that's not too loud. It probably really is. Let me stop it. Okay, Harsh, that's your... or what file is it? Sure, it is the help file. So if you can jump to the help file and fix that formatting, that would be awesome. I think, oh my god, all my formatting's gone. Look at this. What is this indentation going on? I've really messed that up. Okay, yeah, if you could fix that, would be cool. So that's the help one. And then what we have is index I showed you already. Members add I showed you already. And the last one, if I go, not that one, clicked on that one already. The reactions one, this is the one I was kind of looking at last night while having my dinner, was, my indentation is so messed up. I need to sort that out. Apologies, this was just kind of, and even my quotes are on, they should be single quotes. And I hope Andrew's not watching this, he'll be shouting at me. So, but you can see that we all make mistakes. This is why we need a linter. I have a linter, and why didn't the linter complain? I probably need to configure the linter better. Basically functionality wise, ignore the indentation and formatting is all over the place, is if the reaction on a message is greater than 5, then assign high value to that user. So for example, if I posted a message earlier today and then more than 5 people give it a thumbs up, a smiley face, whatever it is, and so I get greater or equal to than 5, then I'll get the role high value. So that's my idea at the moment, is to give different roles to different people. And I also want to do it, whereas if you, by you kind of giving thumbs up to different people, you get certain roles too, and make it a bit more fun. So let me know what you think. He prefers we see his room. Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. Right, thank you. Thank you, D-Rush and Andrew. I saw D-Rush's message come up, and I didn't read it, but I saw the name. I thought, I'll read it in a minute. And then when Andrew's came up, I was like, okay, maybe the music's too loud, or it shouldn't be playing the music. But I do realise I wasn't showing the screen. Sorry. So what I was showing was the reaction stuff. So it's a really small bit of code. This is just the partial. Basically, if it's only got a partial from the reaction because it's from a message that was older, what it will do is we'll go fetch it and actually get the full object and fill it out. And we'll wait for that because it's got async await. So we will wait for it. And then once we've got it, we've got the full object. And all I'm doing now is counting, is it greater than 5 on that particular message. And then for that message, for that guild, I get the roles, so and I want to find the high value role. What caught me out for a few minutes yesterday was when you assign a role, you should be able to put a string in, but it wouldn't accept it. It kept on saying no. But according to the TypeScript types, which I think are incorrect, it could be the role object or a string, but it didn't work. So I had to go find still using the string, but find the actual role object and then assign it that way. So yes. Got it working, but the bot isn't running at the moment, so I need to deploy it. If anyone wants to see me struggle with that, I will be probably doing that this weekend. Probably GCP is what I'm thinking. So this is what you've been doing, helping on your gaming platform. This took me like 15 minutes. I would like 5-10 minutes here and there. This is like really dirty. Look, it's not even set up properly. With our gaming platform, it is being done properly. So yeah, Andrew's done a great job on that, and we should show you more about that when we get time. Actually, Andrew, when's our next live stream? Maybe Monday we'll do a quiz platform live stream, and we'll work on the platform. Andrew's done some cool stuff, and we're hoping maybe next Friday to actually use the quiz platform. So we will see. But yes, this is a few bits of code, not that much. Andrew's done loads more on the quiz platform, but this is just a bit of fun, really. So yes, really small, quick, and dirty. How do we delete a comment? I put the wrong image. Delete a comment where? On YouTube or on Discord? Or on GitHub? Not sure. Let me know. Well, you can show the latest screenshot, I'm sure. Where did you put the screenshot? I forget. I've downloaded it off Slack. How are we doing on time? It's 7 minutes. This is the... Oh, I can't bring that over. Wait a second. I need to stop sharing my screen and then bring it over here, I think. I'm laughing because on the screenshot that Andrew sent me, it's got a toolbar. I was trying to drag with that, and that's not a real toolbar. So this is the quiz platform, and that Andrew's and me have been working on. Andrew's done a lot of awesome work on it. So yeah, it's looking good. You can log in with Facebook. And then we want to kind of do it so we can do our quiz that we do tonight at 9 o'clock on our Code Mortals channel. We want to do it so that you can do it online rather than pen and paper, and we can see in real time how people are doing, and also keep a high score from various games and various weeks. And also you can have like lifelines where you could say, I don't know, ask the audience, and then you could see what everyone else has put. Like if you've got multiple choice A, B, and C, 10% have put A, 50% have put B, and so forth. So you can ask the audience for that. I thought it could be helpful. It's quite interesting. So yeah, we've got some things coming on, lots of things to do. Andrew, we need to stop working so we can work on these cool projects. What does everyone else think? Does it look good? Any suggestions and ideas? That is also open source as well, so you can get involved in that. You created the PR. Oh, awesome. Let's have a look. I remembered to share my screen again. PR has come up. Fix indentations. Let's have a look. You've kind of nudged that in. It looks good. It's not aligned with that one, which is strange, but I still think it's a big improvement. Definitely. If I view the raw file rather than the diff, or actually side by side, actually even helps. How do you change side by side? I remember how to do this. Not viewed. That's just ticking it. I want to do it. Oh, here we go. Split. This looks better. I am showing my screen, aren't I? I am. Good. Apply and reload. Here we go. This looks better. So that's still not quite aligned right, but it's still an improvement on what I have, because at least the sets are aligned. And embed, I think embed needs to go back one. So embed was in the right-ish place. Yeah, so embed wouldn't be in line with the dots. It would be one before. And then, this embed is to go back. So you're almost there. Can you do another commit to your pull request, and I can get it merged? So we could just, I think it's close, really close. Thank you very much for that. Slack, you have some. Yep, I found those. Cool. YouTube for the win. Oh, comment on YouTube. You can just right click on the three dots. Like if you hover your comment, you can right click and say delete comment. This hour flies by. It really does, Jennifer. We've got 4 minutes left. It really, really does fly by. And in the 4 minutes, obviously, I've got to show my office. But how it's gone so fast. And I hope it's been useful as well as entertaining. And I really enjoyed the conversations. Let us know, Jennifer, how you get on with that SSH, by the way, as well. It'd be good to know what the answer is. I love it that everyone's learning. People learn different things, be it Python. Oh, I must remember to create that Python channel on Discord. Oh, sorry, Mike, hit you again. If I remind someone, ping me on Discord now and just say create Python channel, I'll do it straight after the live stream before I get back to my client work. There are a few more ideas I need to talk to you about, so give me a call after lunch. We've got client work to do first, and then we will do more quiz stuff. We should maybe get on the live stream for the quiz tonight, like a bit earlier, and live stream us working on it. But then I'll probably be doing the questions for the quiz tonight. I'm thinking Git and GitHub questions, and maybe some open source questions actually that I could tie into the GitHub ones. That could be quite interesting. Amadine stopped by quite late. Say hi. Amadine, thank you very much for dropping in. Awesome to have you here. How is everything going? I hope all's going well. Looking forward to your live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock UK time. Actually, Amadine, I know you're really honest and everyone is very polite. I'm not saying you're not polite. I'll shut up now. What am I talking about? But anyway, what I was going to ask you was, how does the audio sound? I know you have the Blue Yeti and I have the Blue Yeti, but today I have switched to use a dynamic mic rather than a condenser mic. So if you can let me know what you think of the audio, I will replace this with a proper kind of dynamic mic rather than this portable one that I use for events. But let me know what you think of the sound. I mean, you should have less reverb, less background noise. As I talk away from it, it should get quieter. As I talk into it, it should get louder, rather than a condenser that picks up everything. So hopefully when I move my chair around, you don't hear things like that. And when I guess, type and so forth, you don't hear so many things. So you let me know. And let me know about the volume as well. Thanks for stopping in, Aberdeen. I know you're busy at the moment. How do I make another commit? You can just do another commit to that branch that you're working in. And if you're doing it in the UI, then go to your I'm not showing my screen. Go to your PR and then you can just hit edit file again and it will just do another commit. Patch one. So it looks like you've done it through the browser, which is fine. So if you just edit the file again, and it will automatically put it in there. You got 1 minute. Go, Harsh. I want to merge it in. Oh, I can merge it in afterwards. Don't worry. I just want to show everyone else merge it in. Tibor, how you doing? Hey, you came late again today. I think yesterday as well. Maybe just busy with work. But thanks for popping in and saying hi. Awesome to have you here. I love it that you gave it a shout out to Amadine as well. That's good. I love it how everyone in the community welcomes each other. That's so cool. Jennifer, oh, I will probably do a GitHub page about it. Yes, do it. Love that. That's awesome. Oh, quiz. That's right. Yeah, quiz night tonight. Audio is better now than when you started. Yeah, cranked it up. I didn't want it to be too much like if I don't say anything, is it like a bit hissy? In my headphones, I like hear this, kind of. Obviously now you hear it because I'm making a noise in my mouth. But yeah, so let me know if you hear that or not, or maybe it's just my headphones, like I said. Well, I just arrived, so hard to tell the quality of the sound in a couple of minutes, but the sound is very clear and good. Awesome. Thank you very much, Amadine. I try to do like before and after short video clips on my machine and trying to see which I liked. They both sounded very different, but I don't know if I preferred one or the other. I think the Blue Yeti is quite like, it's got a lot of bass, I want to say. Bass might be the wrong word, but like kind of a lot of body, and this one just seems a bit not so much, but for my voice it just sounds a bit clearer to me with this one. I'm not sure. Link for quiz night tonight. Harsh says done. Yeah, Andrew, thanks for sharing the link for tonight. And it is done. Let's have a look. Oh, what happened there? That's gone all the way back. You made that worse. Let me just view it. Let me just view the file. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, that's completely wrong as well. So that needs all the constants need to be aligned, and then the dots need to be one more in from wherever its parent is. So for example, down here, this needs to be one more in, which I think is correct. The indentation looks massive on here. Shouldn't it be four? Oh, that's a tab, I think. Am I using tabs rather than spaces? Let's not get into that argument. I'm not saying one's better than the other. Oh, there is a tab. Okay. I might need to do some better fixing with the project, but that does look correct from what you've done. Apart from this one, this looks better now. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, that all looks better. Thank you very much for doing that. I will merge it and then I will go through and... I don't know if you want to fix this last one, but if not, I can go through. I need to fix some other stuff as well. Yeti is far better. Sorry, Eddie. Andrew, you're going to say that because I made you get the Blue Yeti. So that's why you're going to say that. But I just thought getting an XLR mic might be better. So we'll see. But, it's good to have different opinions. So, Andrew, I take it on board. I never listen to anything you say anyway. Fixed. Wow. Okay, now you know how to do it. You're doing it quickly. Let me refresh. Oh, it's probably the wrong file. Let me refresh again. Yeah, looks good. Let's merge this in. Review. Approved. Awesome. It was very fast. Awesome. I'm 2 minutes over. I need to get back to my client work. So reviewed that. Awesome. And I'm gonna squash your commits and then let's merge it. Squash and merge. We'll say it was a fix, and it was for what was it for? It was for the reactions, wasn't it? This is like the style of commits that I do, so I can create a change log from it. And I always put it at the front. I know Andrew prefers to put this at the back. Is it 15? There wasn't an issue for it. Also, maybe there wasn't an issue. But anyway. Reformatted code. There we go. I hit enter, so I hit delete. Great, I've got code indentations as one word. Well done, Eddie. That is genius. But thank you very much, Harsh, for that awesome pull request. So hopefully now, so there's your name in my repo. You've done that. And hopefully now you will have a green box. If I go to your profile, you now have a green box for today. Or you have quite a few green boxes for today. You have 4 already, so awesome. We can't see your screen. Oh, I've done that again, haven't I? Yeah, thanks all. I've kind of merged it in now. Where is it? It is merged in, so you can see. I forgot to change over. You can see your name here that it is merged, and the pull request is now being merged in. But thanks, D-Raj. Yeah, just do that. Screen, and I'll notice it more next time. My apologies. We'll do some more pull requests next time. But yes, Harsh, you now have another green box to your profile. So that's awesome. What's Andrew's message? Well, there were only 2 reasons I say that. This is the last message, and I'm actually going to call it a day for this stream. This mic, you're always leaning into it, so your head's always tilted. Also, you're missing the depth of your voice. Yeah, depth is definitely gone. That's because it's a dynamic mic rather than a condenser. So it's more monotone with this one. Okay, interesting. I only spent like 2 hours like getting this kind of shoehorned into my. I'm not showing me anymore. Shoehorned into my kind of mic rig, and then wiring it all up, because wiring it all to my system. Oh, what a nightmare on it. So, okay, you don't like it, I'll take that on board. There's some good points. So let's see. Good job, you all shouted. Yeah, you need to kind of remind me a lot. I do forget. Thanks all. Don't forget, pull requests are easy to do. Contributions are easy. It's not just about code. It's not just about pull request. There's so many things. Just get contributing, and it will really help your career, your clients, your jobs, whatever you're doing. It will just help you. Social coding, right? But thank you very much for everyone's support and feedback on this live stream. It's been awesome, and I can't pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. I better stop there, because I'm gonna get the rest even worse. Thank you so much for the positive feedback from yourself. I'm gonna bring that up on the live stream. That's awesome, Eddie. I love your content. Let's bring that up. Thank you so much. I hope you love my setup as well. But thank you all so much for the support. I wouldn't be able to create this content and do this content without you. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And just always give me feedback after the stream. Let me know what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear more about, and we can do it. Amadine, you have a fab day too and a fab weekend. We're going to be live streaming this weekend, and we're going to be doing some coding. Definitely some actual coding. You will see me code. Have a great day, everyone. I need to get back to work, and I will catch you all soon. Ouch. Bye. Oh, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well. I forgot. And subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification button so you get notified every time that I go live. Always forget those things. But yeah, thumbs up. Thanks. It really helps the stream and supports. Catch you all tonight on Code Mortals, and tomorrow on my channel as well. We'll do some coding. Now I am actually going. Bye everyone. Thank you.